Hi friend, good morning. I am Ganeshman Lama from Kathmandu, Nepal. Today, as promised, I am going to tell you about this internal combustion engine, which doesn't require compressor stroke and suction stroke. I want to just discuss something about this. This is thinking. This is just a thinking, but I am sure this will work. This will do good job in coming future, especially for those people who are financially weak and who cannot provide or manage big amount of money. So this is especially, as per my thinking, people says simple living and high thinking. But my entire feeling is that simple living and simple thinking, not high thinking. Simple living, simple thinking, and simple technology. This is my feeling, this is my thinking. So, what we have to do is to make such an engine with no too much moving parts. As you know, there is only three moving parts in two-stroke internal combustion engine. It's very nice. The moving parts are very few. We can repair it easily. We can make it easily. So, the price is also very low. But the big companies, they have created such a rule and regulation and condition that people with simple living and those who don't have high money, high earning, they are really back until till nowadays due to the technique of big companies and the rule of different leaders and countries. So I think if we make a simple engine that can create power to generate electricity, to do any kind of work, household work, or we can use it in agriculture field, technical field, and in automobile field. The cost of the engine is very low. The technology, what I think, is very simple, and everyone can afford it because it will be very cheap. Nowadays, big companies are making an engine with specification and dimensions and everything. They make money, they charge money of their technology and everything. Up to this is okay. But after this, they use the same engine in a new body, car or machine, whatever you say. Buses, automobile vehicles. But they use the same engine up to 3, 4, 5 designs, models, but they charge the same money of making new techniques, new specification, but they are not making new engine. They are charging us, charging everybody with the old technique engines. I mean the previous engine, whatever they have taken already charge of making engine, the design, the model. So there is also a cheating. They make same designs of vehicle after 1 year, after some time, but the government, the companies, manufacturing companies, they are doing cheating. They are just fabricating each other's design. They are making money, but no, there is facility for the people who are with few earnings, less earnings. So, my friend, this is my thinking that we can make an engine that we can use it in every field with minimum cost. Come on, let's have a look to my designs and thinkings. Okay. So, this is the future of IC engine. With no compression stroke, no suction stroke. So it's almost a two-stroke engine. I hope you have seen that. Okay, my friend, I have started with my Muna tea as I promised. It's from Nepal. It's changing my mood. Sometimes I use this outside, and mostly in my house I use this because I want to refresh all the time. Thank you, Muna tea. Okay, my friend, about my engine, about my thinking, about my concept. In a during suction, the piston goes down and the air fuel mixture in petrol and in diesel engine, the air is provided by suction or the turbo in diesel engines like this. But in petrol engine, gas engine, the air is sucked by the suction vacuum created inside the chamber, inside the cylinder. When it goes to the BDC from TDC, the air fuel is sucked inside the chamber and then cylinder chamber, and then the piston goes upward from BDC to TDC. That time the air fuel mixture is compressed inside it, like 19 to 1, 15 to 1, 16 to 1, 18, 12, like this. The chamber is compressed air. Okay? Compressed air. So after that, power. The power stroke works here. During this time, after compression, during this time, at the last point or before 1 degree, 2 degree, 5 degrees advance, the ignition starts here. Ignition starts. In petrol engine or gas engine, there is a ignition plug. The plug sparks fire here, ignition fire, which will ignite the compressed air and air fuel mixture in petrol engine. And in diesel engine, during this compressed time, compressed period, the injector supplies fuel, diesel, and the nozzle sprays the diesel inside it, inside the chamber. The vapor of diesel will meet the hot air inside this chamber. That will turn into a fire and it explodes. The petrol also same, it explodes like in a bullet. So it expands, it explodes like a bomb, and it creates power inside it and pushes down the piston and rotates the crank, and it will create a energy, power. And after that, again, the exhausted gas, the gases which are already used will have, when the piston will go down to the BDC, it will have no power of this gas. The power is almost finished. So the crankshaft turns like this, and again from BDC it will push up the gases, used gases, already burned exhausted gases. So this will be pushed out of the exhaust bulb, and the two cycle is completed, and the rotation starts again with same theory, and this is called 4-stroke engine. Now during this time in suction, when the piston comes to TDC to BDC, the intake valve opens, the camshaft manages this, the camshaft rotates one time when the crankshaft rotates 2 times, and during compression the valves are closed, remains closed, and during power, that time also the 2 valves remain closed, and during exhaust, the exhaust valve opens from the BDC starts from BDC and closes just before the piston reach TDC. So now I will come to my thinkings, my concept, my thinking. Okay. Two-stroke. About two-stroke, I think. Okay, I'll explain it also. This is two-stroke. There is two port here. This is oil mixed. Lubricated. Exhaust inlet. The inlet valve is one-sided, just one-way inlet valve. So the suction is created by chamber here from carburetor or from external sources. When the piston works in compression period, that time the piston goes from BDC to TDC. That time the piston goes up, making suction making vacuum inside the crankcase. The air fuel mixture is supplied, or they are sucked from inside due to vacuum created by piston. So during this time, compression plus suction is created. And when there is power stroke is done, the piston goes down again. That time the collected air fuel mixture will go up from the chamber to inlet port and then to cylinder, compression chamber. That time after explosion, after power ignition, the air fuel gas expands, and then that time the used gases, the burned gases will go out from the exhaust port. During this time, after the exhaust is completed, the piston will be almost in this area, in this area. That time due to pressure of the piston downward, the air fuel mixture collected in the chamber crankcase will go inside will be pushed in the chamber, cylinder chamber. Cylinder chamber. So, and then the firing ignites. The ratio, the what do you say, cycle is, running cycle is completed in one cycle. This time it will have compression and suction in one time, and this time power plus supply. Okay, this time power plus suction supply is one time. So this is called from TDC to BDC one stroke, and BDC to TDC one stroke. It means just two stroke in one cycle. The 4-stroke has 2 cycle with 4 stroke. That is the difference. Now this is already invented, already done, already practiced, and already using nowadays, till nowadays. Now let's come to Lama's IC engine. So obviously this engine will have overhead valve, poppet valve. The difference is in combustion. And suction. What will happen now? I'm telling you, please. Please check it. During the power system, first I will start from here. When the piston will come to BDC, when the piston will come from BDC, from power stroke, from BDC, before 5 degree or 10 degree, before 5 degree or 10 degree, the exhaust valve will open. Exhaust valve will open. Exhaust valve will open. The gases will be exploded gas will release from the exhaust valve. It starts and up to middle of the, or you can say center of the cylinder, movement of piston. When the piston reaches here, before 5 degree or before 10 degree, it will close. Exhaust valve open and close. Before 5 degree, 10 degree, center of cylinder. So during this time, the exhaust stroke works and the air gas fuel mixture is thrown away, pushed away from the chamber during this time. But then the exhaust valve closes, but there are still some remaining hot air inside the chamber. Hot air remain in chamber. So now the power and exhaust stroke is completed. Power in A during down, no like in 2-stroke. It has full power, full explosion gas power in A from TDC to BDC like in 4-stroke engine. No half power like in 2-stroke air fuel mixer one, oil mixer one. So after that, out of 180 degree is completed. The remaining in 180, almost 90 degree is, the piston reaches here, almost 90 degree is completed. So after this time, the hot air is a bit compressed again here in chamber. Before that, before reaching this piston in the TDC, there is a chamber like in diesel engine, pre-chamber we can call it, for hot air areas, making hot, or heater plug also. So when the hot gas, remaining hot gas reaches in this before TDC, we can use the compressed air, gas, petrol. What we have to do now, during this time, we have to supply fuel here. Supply air and mixture or gas before it reaches TDC. Okay, that time, if it is that time, the compressed air fuel mixture is ignited by spark plug or spark, or in diesel engine, the remaining hot air will boost up heat inside the chamber and the diesel will ignite. So, and the power stroke starts again. For this, we can use the supply by using a poppet valve, inlet poppet valve, but here should be a pipe or a small chamber, a small area or diameter flow. With pressure flow. That time now here the suction or feed is completed. During this time, one more resource is that we can make a length of the piston travel up to this area also. From here up to here, middle of center and the up this up to here also we can manage this piston travel for better exhaust. We can manage it in on camshaft. Manage it on camshaft. Okay. Now suction is completed. Power is completed, and exhaust and dead. Then power is completed. So there is no suction or combustion stroke with the crank moving, or even with the experiment for better with a test we have to do experiment that we can make long distance of piston exhaust up to this 50% of this from center to here, and then that time before igniting or before TDC 5 degree or even on TDC we can spray diesel, air, gases and air fuel mixture. I am sure during this time in a 4-stroke engine there is already combustion, already compression, and then the air fuel mixture, then diesel will spray, the ignition will ignite in petrol engine, and for better ignition in petrol engine, I have a thinking. Of this thunder igniting system for better ignition. Better and fast ignition. How it works? In 2-stroke, 4-stroke, or in any engine, there is timing, there is coil, battery, magnet, whatever there is. When the piston raises up to TDC or before TDC, 5 degree, 10 degree, according to required, the ignition fires here. Ignition coil fires ignition and then ignites. It is just a spark, only a spark. Spark at one time. This is spark at only one time. One time. So during the rotation of crank, the firing may be out of 15,000 RPM, 30, even 5,000. So during this time, the time of firing, the time of burning is very fast. So maybe sometime misfires, maybe sometime cannot fire nicely the ignition, just spark, one time spark. But my thinking is, my concept is, there is a new system of firing that is called thunder ignition system, which will fire when the piston comes here. No distributors required, no point required, no CDI required. The fire will be done by this, no sensors. When the piston will reach here, very near to the TDC, the continuous firing system, like in TV or in kitchen, the continuous fire will come here. When it goes to its range, to the range of the this spark plug. The spark plug doesn't have the minus body in it. It has just a nose here, the point, sparking point. When the piston reaches here, it will fire here continuously, not one spark. Okay, and then it will have a better spark, better burning here, quick burning, and it will have more power. When the piston comes down, this continuous firing will fires in another place, another device, another area provided. But when the piston comes here, again the firing, it will be the distance here will be closer than this one, then fires. Okay, this is new thunder firing system, and this is 2-stroke without combustion and without suction system. And this is 4-stroke. So friends, I have tried my best. I'm thinking about it. My thinking is to make human life easier. That's all, nothing else. See you again. Bye.